Hey everybody, it's Lord Volkhark, and today we are doing a refilm of a video set that we did before. And the video set that we did before was an actual build on a PC. So what you're going to actually do is watch me do a teardown and see if I've done everything right. We've had some issues with the audio, so I'm actually going to have to repair that. The PC is my $120 PC that we built for Ash Blonde Rose. It's a gaming PC. The micro ATX case, well, micro ATX motherboard, no micro ATX case, running at about a 2.8 hertz. Pretty damn good. I put something extra in there that actually might imply that I need to put something even more extra in there, but we'll think about it. Nonetheless, everybody, how's it going? This is Lord Volkart back after a while. We've had some small issues involving, personal life things going on. Um, Moving days, life in general. Heck, one day I was literally so sick I couldn't actually speak well. So you'll actually hear my voice is messed up. So we'll try to go along. We got 2 new webcams. So that means the filming is actually going to improve, which is great. Yay! Better filming,
Thanks,
better
Bonnie.
things. And she's here! Nonetheless, guys, there's also better sound coming through. And the better sound is actually because of the webcam has a mic on it, and a good receiver mic. You'll be able to see directly on the screen as I do my own research and give some better depth on what we have in parts for this computer. And I'll show you some of the improvements I've done. I've also done some personal improvements on my own PC. And, small things and everything like that. So, let's see, where should we start? Let's start with mine before we actually have to move the webcam and, get a better angle on. What I've done on improvements: one, I've got an actual 2 different sets of webcams. I got the Logitech C60 30 or 630 Either way, it's a really good webcam. And I've got the degraded version of that one, even a little bit lower down. Both of them have really good reception. They were better than the webcams I was using before, but they cost me a lot more. So the price ranging, by the way, she's eating nuts. That's why she's trying to not laugh. That's why you're hearing crack noises, guys. She's a seasonal eater.
I like mixed nuts.
Not in the same instance of what she's referring to, but anyway.
I was referring to the actual nuts.
Moving on. Yes. Where was I? Yeah. New webcam means new mic. Means you can actually hear me a lot better. You can hear my environment a little bit better. Matter of fact, there's proof that you can hear my environment a little better. Let me turn up my fans of the way, which I've referred to before on my videos that I have some 18 fans in there, in my case. In actuality, I no longer have 18. I removed 3 of them from the case, so now I'm down to 15. Oh, sweet Jesus. I'm down to 15. How horrible. I'm going to hit performance mode. No, you still can't hear it. That's awesome. Oh, well, wait. I hit performance mode on that. Let me hit performance mode on what really matters. Kicking in the ass with this other set. Here it goes. Oh, no. And now the small little background sound in the background. So it's like a fan running. That is the PC case itself, running with high fans all the way across the board. I'm not going to keep at that now. I'm actually going to hit the back button. What you're seeing is the OS setup for Asus's motherboard that I use, which is my Asus Rampage V Extreme. Has this little icon setup that's pretty awesome. It's casual. Drops all the way back down. Now, what I actually decided to do was improve my fan airflow, and I forgot to put the images on my PC, so I'm not going to be able to do that. But they're on my Tumblr, guys. They're also on my Twitter, and I posted them up. I improved my case. I took out some of the locations I switched around the location for a lot of pieces. I moved again the water block, and now it's kind of forward facing, so it's pretty good. I like where it is now. Matter of fact, why don't we just go to Twitter and see if I can find my own Twitter shots so that I can give you that. Twitter. I'm logged in. Oh yeah, I'm logged in. Go to my own personal posts. Tweets. Oh yeah, I'm on. TX, the live. Some pictures in here, right? Don't think there are. Nope. Nope. Yep, there's a picture of my actual chair set. That's my new chair versus the picture of the chair you're seeing on the screen below me. And it's a pretty awesome chair. It's really kind of cheaper. Alright, so guys, I guess I can't find it. Hold on. Never mind. Wait, if I have that picture, I know where that picture is. Alright, so it's in this computer. It should be in this computer, but the reason it should be in the computer, there we go. Click. There was a case shot that I took. The inside of the case. And I don't have. Oh wow! It's such a moment of awesomeness. You don't have what you think you did. That's a day I was putting the computer together. Anyway, so I took out some case fans, and what I did was I took the back 120 millimeter fan from the 900D Corsair 900D out. It wasn't PMW controlled. That's not a big factor of why I took it out. I actually just took it out because I kind of looked at my fans. I'm going to move the bottom fans up into the actual casing and move them along things. I also took the Corsair 100i fans out that are PMW controlled, and I pulled them and put my id casing fans that were not being used at the bottom as a replacement for those. So now it's all id fans that have rubber grommets on them, which means a lot more silence going through. And I was amazed how much more silence is. Now it's reading a lower pressure, which means I still probably am looking into getting other fans for the PC. That might actually be some Corsair fans with some high static pressure that have some pieces to actually focus the air out, so I can do push and pull through a very open gap that I've now created across the top of the water block. And then the bottom fans will probably still say the id fans, and I'll move those id fans around again. Now I have some forward-facing fans into the case that belong in, that are some id, and then I have one of really slow, low-end Best Buy quality fan that they gave out that's also PMW controlled. It's a very low running PMW. It runs about 900 RPM, and that's not much compared to the 18. By the way, these were 28s, and I pulled them off. And, well, yeah, they were 28s. And I moved them off, and the reason I moved them off, well, they were vibrating. And I didn't realize how bad they were vibrating until I really, tried to hit them on high during the summer. Now that it's not summer, I mean, I'm looking at a very big heating differential. Now all the id fans are actually completely blowing from front to back, blowing air out the back, blowing out the top of the Corsair 900D. And that layout is pretty damn good for my air right now. Top it off, it's winter, guys. It's, maybe I get 60 degrees, maybe I'll get down to, 40. I'm in Texas, guys, varying on really what the temperature hits. But because of those low temperatures, it's really easy for me to get some pretty awesome run times. Or, pretty good temperatures on the run. And I really do monitor my temperatures. The reason I do is because, well, paranoia kicks in, guys. I'm always afraid that it's, going to burn itself out, yada, yada, yada. And, if you just monitor your setup, everything's going to be fine. And I do. I monitored the heck out of it. And everything's been fine so far. The build is, I'd say, pretty much legitimately well done. Sorry, I'm messing around with some screen setups. Oh, yeah, speaking of screen, let's bring up that. So, I have two 24 inches, and I have some older screens that I was using originally. Well, when I moved to the 24 inches, I only had two display ports and two DVI. Well, one display port and two DVIs. And, that means I had to left behind one of the older screens, was using around to play around with connections. And, there was a little bit of loss on my side. I like the fact that I had the equipment piece. I could have used it in a different way. And, not to be using it was a little bit of loss. I was like, why? Why did I do that? And so I've always definitely wanted to go with having my cycle button needs to go up there. Sorry, I'm arranging things as I go along, guys. No, I've always wanted to have my screen in a 3-way configuration or a 4-way if I could get it. Now, thankfully, I was watching around for some of the online sales pre Cyber Monday and pre Black Friday. And with that, I was able to find something that was pretty great. And it would also bring forward my dream. Now, I waited a little bit longer and I even got a better luck. I've never really wanted to do 4K gaming. The reason is it's not initiated, it's not much. There's no big ass demand for design structure in 4K gaming. Because it's not in the console world, the PC world just kind of leaves it alone. They don't really care. And I get it because, you know, if that side of the world that is their giant moneymaker or cash cow for just people who will pay for whatever little shit gaming they're given, why the hell would you ever do anything with the higher quality? I get that. Do I agree with it? Oh, hell no, guys. No, I believe you should hit your best quality no matter what. But because it wasn't a big demand and not a requirement that is initiated across most games, I kind of just went eh, and stuck with 2 1-gig cards, which was I need something real quick. Off camera. Oop, no, shit chair. There we go.
Is it over here? Over there?
Yeah, no, nope. And I'm gonna show you what I had. I had 2 old AMD cards. One of them is currently in the new. Well, we'll talk about that later. Oh shit! Don't touch that. Never touch this part of your. Don't touch the important parts of the components with human grease. Yada yada. All right, so I had a Radeon HD 5750. Actually, 5750. Radeon or R5750. This is a very older card. It's about 5 to 6 years old. I want to say even maybe a little bit older than that. A 1-gig card. It's pretty damn good. It's still alive. So is the other one that I had. As you see, it's out. Now, what does that mean if I'm running graphics right now, and actually I'm running in a 4 configuration, which is what I was trying to bring up. I am now running right now in a 4-monitor configuration. That's actually why I'm looking over the side every so often, is because over here I can actually see my screen. Over here I can see the chat, and over here I can actually see the live connection, which gives me a variant on, what is running and everything else. Hold on, I gotta check one thing. What I am running now is a whole new graphics card. Now, the new graphics card is a freaking awesome thing. I actually decided to go for a little bit of 4K. Why? Because I can. And 2, because, well, why the hell not? I figure, what's the harm, Well, there's no harm in it. And I pushed it up a little bit. So I'm now running at 4K, guys, and that's pretty freaking awesome. Hold on, I gotta make sure my feed's coming through. Okay, yeah, I am. Alright, so I'm running on there too. I do not understand why it's not saying I'm connected. Oh, never mind. I was just making sure I was still connected, guys. For some reason, the feed was listing is not connecting and not active. Alright, so the new graphics card. It's pretty hard to see with this. To get closer with the bright light. Nitro R9 390. That's right, 390, not 390X, not 290X, 390. It's got a 4-way setup for display. And it's 8 gigs, not 1 gig like I started with, 8 gigs of graphics layer on VRM. Fully initiated across the board. Fucking awesome. It's got a triple fan setup, so it's actually under full 12 to 13-inch size. Now, with an Radeon, with a 900D Corsair case, the Obsidian cases fucking awesome. And they were actually built for cards like this. With my extended ATX board, it still fit across the board all the way across. Now, it's still touching the SATA ports and it is covering some of them up. But despite that, I was able to put this thing in with no problem. It also helped the fact that I kind of already moved some of the actual drive bays. The drive bays were already moved around. My hot swap went down to the bottom again, but moved over to the right a little bit. So now my hot swappable is on one side, and as a matter of fact, I'm going to make a bottom case into another hot swappable. This thing runs great. I have some ratings in 4K. I have some ratings in dual 4K. Not much. And I was able to get some games to run pretty much boss. Now, the only problem that I've had in games lately was I found out that some games actually don't initiate because of the graphics card. It's actually a failure on the company's side. Now, Metro Light is what I'm going to reference for that failure. Metro Light has a benchmark requirement. If you're running an AMD, if you're running a NVIDIA card, there's a NVIDIA download, yada, 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 yada. If you don't run this, the game doesn't run on high. And the only reason that any time that something like that would go on is because the system was designed to actually do that. This is a failure on Metro Light's side, guys. In game terms, suddenly I was running at 8 frames per second on an 8 gig card on high. That was stupid as shit. The second I actually did the benchmark, bam, here I am at 30 to 40. This is ridiculous for a new this year production card. Meant to do 4K. Meant to do 4K on 4 monitors. And you can't produce the image unless you do their benchmark set. Now, this is a NVIDIA issue, actually, because NVIDIA's design structure was actually meant to be working primarily for this game, which in the world of PC gaming does not mean anything good. Most people will say up and down that they're very big NVIDIA fans. The only reason I've never said that is because, well, they were more expensive than fucking hell. They cost you almost an arm and a leg. With this new graphics card, it actually cost me about $300. It started at $359. And it wasn't much of a drop, but at least I was able to pick it up. And the day that it dropped 300, I go ahead and jumped on it. Happy with it. The newer graphics card runs great. I barely hear ever the three fans initiate unless I'm running on a full load for a longer period of time. My current winter processing is about a common of 27 degrees inside the actual CPU, but the card will run at about 50 to about 60 degrees. Now, most of you people will look at NVIDIA and go, well, NVIDIA is cooler. The problem is, I've never seen anybody actually take the time and put a temperature gauge directly onto a NVIDIA card and see if the actual heat equivalency is running off that card better. So I've always wondered that in discussion. At least not a personal experience. I've never seen in personal experience somebody do that. With that said, I like my AMD card. They were supporting my AMD card still to this day. The older cards. So, I don't feel they're dead either. I've actually got them wrapped up just in case I ever put them into something else. That's pretty awesome. I've got a new graphics card. The monitor array is finally working. New, awesome video capturing devices, which webcams. I've had a pretty good turnover, and I'm enjoying myself. I've gotten to meet a new few people. I've tried to make some more intrigue into business, so that's gone on. But yeah, like I said, life has veiled. There's been days I haven't been able to get to what I need to do. Some days, these are my only days off, usually, guys, and sometimes I just don't plain get the chance to actually come on as much as I would like. But, c'est la vie. We do our best with what we have. Goodness. With that stated, we're going to get into what's inside Ash Blonde Rose's computer. And the reason we're going to get into that is because Unfortunately, the video that we tried to record for Ashblonde Rose's computer completely got hosed up with the lack of sound. Yeah. Because we were having a bad mic issue, and it's actually because we were using my center band here, or my headphones here, is the mic. And what?
We were talking about.
Look, she appears when we talk about her computer.
Hi, people.
What's up?
Yeah.
I don't speak Spanish. Do you speak English? We have somebody in the room, guys. Let me see if I can't pull them up on the screen. We'll see where this goes. English. We're actually about to start really taking apart the computer, which means we'll probably not see the chat as much. But, so yeah.
Google.
No. Really don't think I want to Google that. Yeah, why not? Yeah, he's... Yeah. I'm gonna show you what he's saying. Yeah.
Isn't it gonna show him?
It's gonna show on the screen.
Translation. Was he like a different kind of?
Fuck up. Please say yeah, no. No, dude. I mean, I don't speak much Spanish, but I speak.
That's not a good thing.
Yeah, no, it's not. I speak enough to not be stupid. So, this happens all the time.
Oh.
Alright, so, anyway. Now that that's happened. We had a guy come in and decide he's Spanish. He's going to do that. Comes in the room all the time. We're going to do a teardown.
It's the first time I've seen it.
Yeah, some Texans don't expose themselves to stuff. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and show you the case that we have for hers. We're gonna do a little bit of walkthrough what the case is, so that we can talk about what the case is, and then we're gonna actually go through the teardown and do the teardown of the parts. Windows, let's bring that back up. All right. Cooler Master.
I'm mad at my thing of mixed.
Why?
Because there was only 2 pecans at it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, so her case is the Elite 120 Advanced, and that is a micro ATX case, pretty damn decent. We're using it right now, kind of like what you're seeing right here. Now we got this used, so I actually got for $90. I got 2 hard drive, one hard drive. Now I had a previous hard drive. There were 500 gig and then another 500 gig that's in there for storage. As you can see, it's got a heat exhaust system, pretty good setup with an extra fan to actually run inside. And then we got the double fans actually across the drive bays. Well, sorry, not the drive bays, the hard drive bays. It's got a top mounted for an optical drive, which gives it, enough space to actually be a workspace computer, but it's also really good for being a gaming computer. In relative size, it is actually small, but it is perfectly designed in my eyes. As you can see, it allows for a full-size power supply, which means we can fit some larger power supplies. Right now, it's got a 450, and it's going to stay there. Just because I really don't want to push it up to 750 until I'm actually sure I can find one for good pricing, and or if we decide to ever throw another graphics card in there. It's got 8 gigs of RAM, HyperX Reds. Let's see if we can pull up the Hyper Red. Oh, there you go. Something like this. and it's not gonna pull up. Oh my gosh, I love this. All right, we're not gonna keep up with this. We're gonna go to images. There it is. That's hers. Double kit right here. Let's see a full set of image. Oh wow, that was helpful. So these are it. They're not bad. They're limited editions. Yeah, that's exactly it. And after that, she's got two 500 gig hard drives. One of them actually a blue hard drive meant for a server. Was originally used for a server. We're going to use it for casual use. If I ever get another hard drive or an SSD, we'll put the SSD in there, see if it runs a little bit faster. And I would love to get her up to I would love to get her up to 2 terabyte, but I might find 1 terabyte really cheap, and we'll put that into the system. With that said, let's go on and do what we're going to do. Which we're going to do a teardown of the case, and we're going to give you a walkthrough of what's actually designed into it. Move the webcam over and go over that way. Yeah. We're going to swivel the webcam around and see how that looks. That looks pretty good. As a matter of fact, yeah, that's dead on. I like that. All right, so you guys can still hear us. Yes, because the new setup. Boop, 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 boop.
I'll go back to the mix.
How about we just say, I'm going to go back to eating? You like that phrase too much. I don't know. You like the phrase? You really do. Alright, so as you see the case size, I'm actually going to give you simple relevance. This is a 120 millimeter fan. Put it dead in the front. Right up against it. And that's side flare. So that's pretty good size. And we're going to go ahead and open it up. And I'm going to bring the webcam closer, guys. It's just right now, we're going to keep you right there. Not really move you around much. Just because it's easy. Put some different thumb screws in the back of this, which with just personal preference, I kind of like these thumb screws. They're really easy to get on and off with your thumb. And they are perfect fit. Where'd you do?
I lost the part of the shell. Sorry.
There. Anyway. Anywho.
I meant to keep it in my.
These thumb screws in seconds are really easy to get off. Alright, so now, top of the case is the only embodiment of the case that comes off. I find doing this makes it easy for me to shunt off, and it slides clean for me. Oop. Fortunately, I've already messed up her grill on the top a little bit. Hey. Oh. But I've repaired it multiple times, so it's okay. It's fine. She hasn't seen it for a while. Just because she hasn't been around for mess with it. Or she didn't take it home with her.
Now I'm here.
Yeah, so now she's here, so she'll go mess with it. So now she's like, hey, that's freaking mine. You can't do that. Hear the difference? Hear the difference? Hey, oh. Bobbity boopity.
Has that fan always been?
No, that's what I'm going to talk about.
The red one?
What?
The red one?
We'll talk about. We'll do this at the dual time. We'll do this at dual times. Pick up! Holy shit! Right there.
Are you still using clay?
Yes. There's a reason for that.
Please. Now it's not as much.
Yeah. I'm gonna assess this. We're gonna need to aim. Ah, there we go. Now you're gonna see my head, but you're gonna be able to see. Get the shit out of the way. A little bit better what we're doing. Now, she said something about a red fan, and what actuality is, I added something. And I'm sorry the video didn't come through all right last time. But originally I didn't put a graphics card in here because micro ATX case motherboards commonly have their own
graphics that they put out. But as I removed my graphics cards from my PC, I thought about it and pulled one of my graphics cards and put it into hers. Why? Because she was already getting 1 gig graphics, and now she's getting 1 gig graphics with a graphics card. Why? Because, well, we can fit it into the case, and we're going to run it. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing went bad with it. It's going to work. Now, what you're really seeing is a little bit of a wasp nest of cases. Of cables. And the wasp nest is because it's such a smaller case, it was very, very hard to get the cabling to go. But the cabling is completely surrounded, but not blocking much of the fan bay. As much as I really find that important, it's been very difficult to work over. Later. Now, let me show you the other side. That's the front. That's the other side. And as you can see, there's the small fan that was depicted in the picture, and the cabling that is routing around it. There's the power supply, and then right up here is where the optical drive is. I managed to pull a black optical drive so that her facing still looks like this. So it's very smooth appearance versus the silver, but it kind of gives with the black outlining. It runs 2 fans on the inside of the case from front to back to right here, which let me get a better image of this. So it's running from the front right here across the drive bays to out from on the outside of the drive bays to the fan on the other side, so it exhausts this way. Now, because it exhausts this way, and the heat that rises from the power supply, which exhausts outward directly, and the air that's being forced across the graphics card, all of the heat pretty much exonerates itself directly out, which is very good. Now, I have noticed, because these graphics cards do run a little bit higher than my current graphics card, which has a triple fan array, that we're looking at a little bit more heat. Not by much issue. I'm never going to call it a major issue. I'm going to call it the fans just not that much pressure to release out of it. And top it off, we don't have a high amount of air pressure flowing across this case. As much as I would actually like to say that there's an endless supply of space for fans in mine, it's not true in hers, which is, an honest opinion. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move one of the fans and check one thing, and then I'm going to put it back together. And I'm not going to do a complete teardown of this computer just because we've already put it together, but I'm going to give you a definition of what's in it. Now, it's running a Intel chip in it.
I can't find them.
An Exxon Intel chip in it that actually is a LG 1155, which is not a bad chipset, guys. It runs pretty damn well. You can actually get some of the i7 generations for this chip. I haven't got it for her PC because, well, we haven't really needed some high-end gaming, or, we're not really running a high-end game on it. We're kind of running on a base layer, and the base layer has been pretty damn decent for it, so we're going to keep with the base layer. Much I would like to actually put some more pressure on her fans. Oh, sorry. I need a light assistance, buddies. Let me show you what I'm doing. So this is the fan taken off on the side. I've taken the fan, put it down on the counter. I'm going to put some light on this so I can get a better light myself. Yeet. Aha! So now you know where I'm working. It's right in here. I'm actually checking to make sure these cables can't be squished down a little bit more. Give me some better airflow with that fan. I was curious about that. You can see the actual SATA connectors. There's only 4 on a micro ATX cases. That's not uncommon. There's only about 2 fan connectors, guys, and just some really small amount of clearance in here. And that's not bad. And I don't feel bad about this case. I really like this case. I like the portion of money that I got for this. It is not bad. Alright, so your fans usually blow inward across the bridge. That's a good thing to remember. The main bridge, the support bridge, is usually where the air flows inward. And that way you can always ensure that your air is coming inside the case. See how I line this back up. I'm going to run these wires a little bit lower. Yeah, I'm going to run these wires a little bit lower and get them to stay. Give it some better airflow. I'm going to shut that right there. Alright. Alright. Now, I would love to put a larger size fan in here, but as you can see, the power block's right up against it. And there's no way in hell that I could put another size fan in here. Give you a bit good definitive. So let me take that fan back out. Check this out. And the alignment is way off. Guys, there's no way in hell. But alright. Oh, un momento, por favor. Be right back. Alright, everybody, we're back. And I'm seeing horrible frame drops now. And the reason I think I'm doing horrible frame drops, I don't know where my phone is. Oh, no, I know where my phone is. Yeah, there we go. Right up, back up there. Yeah, that's better. I hope the footage came through well. We're every so often we get some horrible internet. Alright, so what I was referring to before I had to go away is, as you can see, this is a 120mm fan. Now, if I had an ultra thin, maybe I could fit it in here, but I'd have to really have an ultra thin. And then look at the same time, airflow is going to hit right up against pretty much that right there. So you know this is not going to fit. This is clearly sticking out of the metal. There's no room for this to be in that case. So as much as I really would like to, it would not be an easy mount. Would not be an easy mount. I would not recommend doing it. And I really like this ultra thin here. This is an 80mm case fan, and these come in a lot of the older PC cases for the pre-builds, for some of the company builds, and I've got like 3 of them right now, just lying around in the house. And what do I do with them? Nothing. Did I do anything with them? I don't really have anything that needs a little case fan like that. I might take one of those and see if it fits in this, but this is a ultra slim fan fan, and I'm not gonna say the other fan will fit the same. There we go. Really easy to get in there. Wait. There we go. There we go. Real. That's for a while. Do a little bit moving to get that back into place, guys. And damn it. Now, on my personal rig, my optical drive is an ultra thin itself. Why is that important? Because I actually have an expansion kit around it so that I can put 4 micro, sorry, 4 2.5-inch hard drives around them. And there's not a hard drive around it right now. I could technically put my SSD directly around there because it's easier to mount those in some odd angles than it is some hard drives, but I'll think about it. But nonetheless, this is her full actual build. This is Ashblind build. It's well done. It has been activated. The OS is on this thing. It is running very well. With the graphics card, it's kind of extra edition, really not needed, but it's there. But it's not bad. It gives it a different flair, into the case. Like I said, the only thing I really don't like about it is the heat that's kind of accumulating. And if I don't continue liking that, I will take it the hell out, and we'll use the onboard graphics, which has been more than adequate. The only reason I kicked the graphics card in there is because I had an extra one. Guys, sorry, let's put this down. Oh, no, wrong way. I'm not messing it up. She see her face. She's like, don't you do that. I only messed your bin up. It's fine. It's all fine. It sucks anyway. Ooh, there it goes. Yeah. Let's see the width of this case. Look at it. Look at it. Check this out, guys. He's better in the shot. Oh, no. Oh, well, I need a better angle on the frame. Frame up. Okay, guys. See the width of that? I mean, is that like 1, 2, 3 20mm fans, and it's barely above the height? So, this is small compared to the gigantic piece of wow. I feel stupid for making a big ass case PC, but I use it for a lot more. I have a lot more that I do, and I use a lot more gathering data.
I'm just using mine for 2.
She's using hers for 2 things.
Minecraft and Gary's Mod.
Minecraft and Gary's Mod, internet access. Inevitably, we'll probably have to build her an editing rig because she's gonna, be doing animation. Yep. You're gonna have to think about that next time you get your, school money if you're gonna keep up with that, because we'll have to use some of your school money. Build an editing rig.
We'll see how much I have left after I pay for things.
Yeah. I mean, we can do it under $1,000 easily.
No, but I was gonna keep some of it for month's rent, so that I didn't have to use the money I had from work for a while.
Oh, well, yeah.
Because I'm gonna need an oil change.
That's easy to do.
I don't know if I have it free still or not yet. So I was gonna see once it said that I need.
Do you know what oil is in there? Why are we discussing this while we're live?
It just turned into it.
Yeah, it just turned into a real world discussion, guys. Turned into a real world discussion.
Oh, and Dodge Journey cars are awesome. Just saying.
This is a non-promoted video. We have no association with Dodge Journey in the sense of they are not paying us for anything, so we are not promoting Dodge Journey. I'm not. Unless they pay me. If you guys want to pay me, I'll do it. Otherwise, there's no advertisement going on in this. None.
I wasn't advertising, I was just saying.
That was advertising. Anyway, so that's it back together. It's pretty basic. Exactly what you need for gaming. It's a really low end work PC. It was originally a server for small use for Minecrafting, and now it is a gaming PC of a little bit of awesomeness and good sizes, so it fits in better places. So that's awesome.
Nets are good too.
What?
The nets are good too.
Anyway.
Sorry, I'll shut up.
From the peanut gallery.
I'll shut up.
Shh. That's a shut up. That's a shh. Put words in my mouth. Words in my mouth. that 4-pin fan? It is a 3-pin fan. Where did that come from? I don't know. Oh, yeah, it came from the front. I know where that came from. They're mine. I know where that came from. Light out. Alright. So that's guiding lights. A lot of dust. Alright, so that project is pretty much finished. This is Ashbon Roses. We really had the build video, but unfortunately the build videos filming went horrible. So now we have new sound, we have new Bose sound, and I am happy with it. I'm very appreciative of Logitech's webcams. Again, I'm not promoting, actually, guys. I do not get paid for promoting. I am actually saying I just like my equipment. My headphones are not actually bad either for sound. It's just when you're speaking directly into it, it's a lot better. Yeah. What else is going on? Not much. I mean, we've had a lot of busy days. We've had hours just in general life where I've had to fill in things. Ooh. Over here. Oh, they're over there. I just found fan screws just randomly sitting on my counter. How much I've done stuff lately. Wow. It wasn't good. Yeah, general life been pretty good.